Hey everyone, you're listening to the official podcast of 4playernetwork.com. Check us out at that address for everything you need to know about our community, monthly giveaways, and nightly live streams. You can even support us on Patreon at patreon.com/4player. And last but not least, you can catch the live recordings of these podcasts every single Thursday night on our Twitch channel. We hope to see you there. Enjoy. Oh my god. Hey everyone, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 605. It is June 27th, 2019. My name is Nick Henderson. I'm joined today by Brad Simons.
Hello.
What is that? Is that cheese? Oh, wait, what? Calorie mate. What do you hope? What is that?
Come on, Nick. I've already derailed you.
You've already derailed me. And joining us this evening, special guest, David Liao. Say hello, David.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? It's been a while.
Wait, since I saw you last?
Well, since you talked to me, I know you talk to Brad once a week at least.
Occasionally, yeah. Not once a week. This guy's notoriously difficult to get a hold of.
Oh, come on. I'm just busy with Bloodstained.
He raced home after the podcast last week to then do a podcast with you, or a live stream with you.
Yeah, that's because he skipped the last few other weeks.
Well, the week before that was E3, and we were doing other stuff, but yeah.
Like how he says we were doing other things.
Yeah, how was E3? You went to E3, right?
I did.
Do you still like going to that?
I do, yes.
That's funny.
Nick, I gotta ask you something. Did you get one of those Cyberpunk jackets?
Yeah, I did.
A jacket? You got a jacket?
How'd you not get us a shirt or something, man? Come on, dog.
Brett, do you remember that? Do you remember last year I brought everybody shirts?
Yeah, I know.
You want me to do that
I thought that was like a
year?
fucking tradition or something, man. We all wanted to go.
I did it 1 year. Like, how does it become a tradition when I do it once?
These people. All right, Nick's gonna order us all some shirts. I brought
you a Psychonauts 2 toothbrush.
Oh my god.
Which I could have given to you tonight, but we're not doing the show.
Psychonauts toothbrush?
They gave us these toothbrushes that were in these like wooden things that look a little sex toy-ish.
Nick, it's a toothbrush holder. That's what toothbrush holders look like.
Oh, is that what they look like?
Yes. Hey,
I had no idea. Anyway, what are we doing tonight?
Chat,
what is this?
Wait, I got to ask chat to do something. Chat, can you post links in chat for dope T-shirts like Fangamer or stuff like that? And I'm gonna look at them, and we're gonna send Nick one of those links, and he's gonna order us T-shirts. Not you guys, just me.
Hey, you heard my story about the jacket,
David,
right?
you want a T-shirt? You want a T-shirt? I'm giving out T-shirts. Nick's gonna pay for it.
No, that's not happening. That's not how this fucking goes.
Something cool that you know I like.
You heard my story about the jacket, though, right?
Oh man, how big is the jacket?
When I went into to check in for the appointment, the guy was like taking people's like sizes, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's getting a jacket when they leave the demo.
I know where this is going.
Is this a size joke?
He goes. They're all they size. They're typically they're bigger than normal. So like I've been recommending to get one size smaller than you would normally get. I usually get a medium. So I asked for a small.
You all got a small jacket?
I should not have asked for it.
This little tiny jacket. Fuck, Nick, you do it to yourself. You ordered a small jacket?
It sucks. I mean, it's a cool jacket, but it's a cool jacket, and I can wear it. It fits, but I can't zip it up. Like I feel ridiculous when I zip it up.
You wanted a little jacket like what's his face? What's that actor? Oh wait, where'd David go?
We just lost David.
Hold on.
This is an audio podcast. Keep talking.
That's just me. Okay. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he is gone. He's gone. Okay.
He's gone.
Well, maybe he'll be back. Hey Nick, what's up?
Not much.
Oh yeah, you got a tiny jacket. Oh, that's adorable. Do you think Henry can wear it, or is he already too big for it?
It's no, fuck off. It's probably a little too big for him, but it's definitely a little size too small. I was so pissed. I left that appointment. I was so distracted by how angry I was about the jacket that I was like not even excited about the demo that I just saw. Oh my god! And they wouldn't swap it out. It was so dumb.
Whoops, my bad.
All right, he's
No
back.
worries.
Oh my God, tiny jacket.
I was just
does
telling-
it fit Robin?
I don't know. She
So,
hasn't tried it on. She
That's
won't
what
wear
I.
it. It's too weird for her.
Malia,
You
she
know,
wears
this
a Mountain Blade 2 shirt that doesn't fit me because they didn't have my size. She'll wear it to the gym, and I'm like, anybody ask about Mountain Blade 2? She's like, leave me alone.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What are we doing tonight, guys? We're just hanging out. We're just talking.
Have you ever had? You guys have any problems with buying shirts? Like certain shirts fit differently because different companies make them differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fucking hate that, dude. That keeps me from buying a lot of shirts. Like Target shirts always fit terribly. They always have a really, really tight neck, and I can't wear shirts with tight necks.
I get that.
I can wear large shirts from some places, but other places I get a large, and it's like wearing like a fucking like.
Oh, so Target's always the worst because their material's super thin too. There's like a really super thin shirt, and then look with the tight neck. You know what the Japanese do to avoid like when you have really thin shirts or really tight shirts. You know how your nipples will show through the thing, right?
Yeah.
So I learned it from the
course.
Japanese. Do you know what they do? They
No.
they tape their nipples. They put tape over.
What the? What?
So I've been doing that for the last couple months.
Oh my God. I was not ready.
Do they sell pasties?
Yes, well, not pasties, but they sell like I just use. If you just go to Home Depot and pick up some of that blue painter's tape, that
Oh
works
my God.
better than anything. But they have like actual packaged ones in Japan.
I have to ask you, David. Do you do that every day, or do you just do that for this show? Do you do that special
well,
for
I
us?
do it for this shirt is actually kind of loose fitting, so it's okay. But usually I'll do it with like tighter fitting shirts that I
I
have.
feel like I heard that recently that people in Japan do that.
Yeah, they do. It's a pretty regular.
At the very least, David does it.
I think I have some of that tape.
well, I learned from Japanese people.
Holy shit! Oh my God! Sorry, I'm crying. Okay, what are we doing, people?
We're talking
What are we
about
doing?
video games.
Are we talking? We're talking about nipple tape right now.
David's played
That's-
some video games.
Oh, I
Let's-
finally did. I finally
Last
played
couple
some games actually.
times we talked, he had not played video games, but now he has.
Yeah, because
David,
when I tore up my. Every time I go on a trip, I tear up all my stuff, and then like when I come back, I'm not in the mood to put it all back together again, and then it always takes me a couple like. Yeah.
Why
David, I want
do
you-
you like
Well, actually,
take
the thing is,
apart
I
your
actually-
consoles and stuff when you travel?
Well, it's not my console, my PC, because
Oh.
I think I'm gonna like take it with me or use it with me or, you know.
David, I want you to catch me up on everything that you've played since we last talked, which was Far Cry 5.
Dude. Oh, Far Cry 5?
What was your game of the
Oh,
year
yeah.
last year?
I'm just kidding. Yes, tell me that. What was your game of the year last year?
Dude, I don't know about Game of the Year. It was. I really wish I would have finished it so I could put it in contention for the Game of the Year. Sorry, I'm opening up my list right now.
See, he
but-
has a list.
But what I played of Metal Gear Survive, I really liked.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I really
Interesting
liked
choice.
Wait, you told me you kind of fell off that though, right?
I fell off a couple times because it's just one of those things where. So, one of Green Toast, I talk to Mikey quite often, and he freaking so he got into that game, and you can like buy a week pass for like upgraded experience where you just like you get all the great drops and you get all the great like experience really quickly, and then he just like flew through the game in a week. But yeah. But I didn't want to do that. But the game's a grind, dude. But there's some parts where like it really has the time mechanic, is really you don't see that in games very often. And I think it takes
Remind
a
me-
certain person.
How does the time mechanic work? In
So remember, you get thirsty, and then if you don't drink, you die. But then you have to drink clean water, or you can drink dirty water. But if you drink dirty water, you end up throwing up.
Yeah.
You vomit and diarrhea yourself like all the time. And then if you don't eat enough, you die.
That
And
sounds like
then-
that sounds like that would be the natural progression of like Breath of the Wild if they took it a little bit too far.
Yeah, and then if you go in, there's certain areas that you go into that you can't breathe, where you have to put like an O2 mask on, and if you run out of O2, then you die. So like, and then that's not all including people like chopping at you and zombies chasing after you. So
What?
So-
Hey, what?
Use your words, Brad.
Yeah, use your
Okay,
words.
2019. Let's get back on 2019. What have you played from this year that's dope?
Dude, I don't even know if I really played anything this year.
Yeah, you did. You played the Crucible or whatever that fucking game was. What was
Crucible?
No, what was that game? The Constipated. What is that adventure game you played? Like it was like a Telltale game, but with George Washington.
Oh, that's the Council, but that was last year.
Oh, the
the
Council.
Fucking Council.
I like actually. I really liked the first episode of the Council, and then the second episode was like all reading. It was like you were like literally in a library going around reading all the books to try to solve a puzzle, and I was like, "Fuck it."
That doesn't count. I thought that was this year. What
I've
have you
been meaning
played?
to come back. I played One Piece World Seeker this year.
One Piece World Secret.
I got in a good chunk of that. The Council's probably great. I just need to pick it back up again. I need to start playing it again.
That's episodic, right?
Yeah.
They're doing.
How about that Telltale bullshit where like those games are getting taken off the marketplace?
Oh yeah, you can't even re-download them.
Boo! Digital distribution sucks.
No, yeah.
Boo.
I gotta find a physical copy of Game of Thrones.
Well, you can't with some of them because some of them are like season pass discs, right? Where it's like you download only the first episode on the disc.
It's all bullshit.
Even like the Telltale games,
Some of them.
when they're done.
So that's the thing.
think so,
I think the first, like, if you get the Minecraft Telltale Adventure, whatever was it called, Story Mode or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the first release was the episode 1 and then the 4 for download. But I think they re-released the disc version when like all 8 of them came out. Then they released like the whole adventure pack that was like $50 or something like that.
I remember I got on this kick where I was like, I want to buy like all the seasons of The Walking Dead on discs, and then I heard that like I think the disc has like the first 2 episodes on it or something like that, and the rest are just download codes or something that you get. I forgot what it was. It was something stupid like that, and I was like, nope, not doing it.
Hey Nick.
That's actually what I was going to talk about. One thing. Nick? Have you had problems trying to find physical copies of games? Because there's been a couple games the last couple months where like, oh, okay, cool, I want to buy it, and then like, I
buy everything through Amazon these days.
Yeah,
so
no, but sometimes you don't wait till you don't buy day one, right? You wait a little bit and like, oh, I'll wait for that to drop a little bit.
I mean, some stuff, a lot of stuff I pick up day one. I'd say like 90% of the stuff I play, I buy day one.
Oh, but you play, right? There's stuff that I don't necessarily want to play now, but I eventually want to play. But
there's some stuff that I think I'm gonna play immediately, and then I don't, and that kind of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, I picked up a copy of Samurai Showdown because I looked around everywhere.
I thought I told you to get Judgment.
I did get Judgment.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I haven't gotten Judgment from GameFly for whatever reason.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I don't do GameFly anymore, dude.
No,
suckers.
Listen, man, I've had a lot of good luck with GameFly, right? Them shipping me games on day one, but lately, shit's been getting lost in the fucking mail, and I think they don't trust me anymore. I don't know what's going on, but they didn't send me my game, even though I had an open slot.
So you don't have Judgment yet, right?
No.
And I went to a GameStop today, picked up a used copy. I'm gonna pop it in after the show, and I'm gonna play it before you do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in no hurry. I'm playing Bloodstained, but it's just, and I don't want to buy Judgment because I don't think it's maybe worth $60. It's not.
Ooh, oh shit! You shouldn't say that on the show, man. You're shooting your game in its own foot.
No, Judgment is
jerking off in its face.
It's a spin-off. It's a spin-off, and it's not like it's not as meaty as a real Yakuza game.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
it's
so.
Not as meaty.
I don't think it is.
Support the developers like Nick does.
Yeah.
You still support that. You still use that excuse. I'm supporting the developer, so I'm just gonna buy it.
I don't really need to do that anymore. I just do it because I'm irresponsible with my money. That's all.
I know it's good. I'm excited to play it, but I'm not going to put 60. I very rarely spend $60 on a new game. They have to be like super meaty RPGs.
No, because everything goes on sale in the first month, anyways, man.
Yeah,
like everything does. If you can wait a month, everything goes on sale, except for like Mario Maker is not going to go on sale probably for.
That's because it's a Nintendo product and they never go.
Yeah,
on sale.
Exactly. So which is why I'm picking up Mario Maker tomorrow.
So what else? 2019. So I'm gonna be honest. Like, admittedly, like my list of games I've played in 2019 is fairly short so far.
No, it's not, Nick. No, it's not.
I haven't even played 10 games. We're halfway through the year.
Yeah, but if you've played, you're talking about finished, played. What are you?
No, I'm talking about played.
Okay, but like I mean, I'm sure you love like 8 of those games.
No, actually, you're funny, Brad. You're funny.
You know,
But
I watched a video on Metro Exodus today, and it made me want to play it.
Metro Exodus, that's something I played. And Nick beat that, right?
I did.
You enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it.
I was enjoying it very immensely. And then you know what happened?
What?
Like, I had to go to Russia.
Yeah, that happens.
And then I went to Russia, and I didn't get to finish the game.
Well, you got to experience the real Metro.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Nick wasn't on the show when we talked about it, but like, you know how in that game, were you ever weirded out? Like you were walking around and you're like, oh, it's Artur, what is Russia? And then all of a sudden you turn around, there's some Asian-looking dude, and you're like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why is Sumo Dan in this game?
Are we talking about Metro Exodus still, or like an older
Nick,
Metro Exodus?
David, Russia's right next to Asian people.
Well, that's the thing. That's the Eastern Russia. Eastern Russia, Siberia is like actually very close to Mongolia. So there's a lot of Asian people, looking Asian people in Siberia, which is where I went when I went to Russia. So it's like literally I went from playing Metro Exodus to like walking around.
Did you take the Trans-Siberian train or whatever it's called?
No, I didn't take any trains.
Bloody. So Metro Exodus, this is something I should play.
Yeah, you should. I actually liked it a lot.
No, it was a Game Maker's Toolkit video today about that game that made it look very appealing. Nick looks frozen. Is he frozen?
I think he's frozen.
He could just be really still.
No, he's definitely frozen, dude. Hey, I heard him go whoop real quick. Are we allowed to? Am I allowed to call people in here, or this is like a private thing?
No, no, don't call people in here.
No.
Are you able to? I guess it depends on who you're calling. Oh, there he is.
That was weird. I'm sorry. So you went to Russia?
Yeah.
Like you physically got up, and went to Russia?
Yeah, it was funny because my mom.
I love Metro so much. I go to Russia now.
My mom made a tour, like she bought a tour package to go to Russia, and so she had just had heart surgery last year.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was like, well, I'll go with you, because she's been like worried that she's gonna have she has an irregular heartbeat, and sometimes it kicks up. She takes medication, and sometimes it kicks up, and the worst time for it to kick up is on a trip like that because then you can't go out with everybody on the tour day. But then also if you go by yourself, you're alone in your room, like miserable and like in a foreign land, and
trip
like
ruined basically.
Yeah, you're not exactly gonna get up and go get lunch, So like I was like, hey mom, if you're worried about it, I'll go with you. If something happens, I can just take care of you in the hotel room and grab you lunch and stuff like that, and everything will be fine. Emergency happens, I'll call the doctor or whatever. So yeah, so she made this trip to go to Russia, Siberia, to be exact, and then she takes a DNA test like that Christmas. And it turns out that we're like, it's very small, like 3% or something like that. 3% Siberian.
You're 3% Siberian.
Wow.
Yeah,
changes everything. So this somehow ruined your experience playing Metro?
No, it was great because I felt like when I went to Siberia, it was like looking at like my history. They were like big. They're kind of like the Asian cowboys, right? They're like tall and bow and arrows and big belt buckles and everything. It's really, really interesting. It was really interesting to go see that. Like you should we went to go to see the Buryat tribe, and like it's funny because all the stuff there is like they have dumplings and noodles and so everything's like almost exactly Asian. They eat horse though, so.
But they eat horse.
Did you eat horse? Ever had horse before? But horse is it's a very dense,
gamey
tasting meat. Yeah.
Dothraki. What? Sorry. Anyways,
Metro Exodus, I think, is where.
So you
we
played
were.
Metro. Metro's pretty good. You never finished it?
I did not. You
should go back and finish it.
I'm still in the first area. It sucks, but I'm in the first.
Oh, you're still in the first area?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I got caught at a time when I was leaving out of town, and
there's so many good like environments to explore in that game. You should definitely go back to that. That's great. That game is fucking great.
I need to.
That game is on the short list of games that I've played this year that I think would make it onto like a top 10 list.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think Nick loved it. Not as much as Days Gone.
Oh, I haven't played that yet either. I haven't played Sekiro either. I bought all these games before I went out of town, and then just haven't.
Days Gone, man. Days Gone. I feel like David would be with me on Days Gone, because David tends to champion games.
That
like
what,
that.
Nick? That what?
Like
big,
that?
big successful blockbusters?
He just finished talking about Metal Gear Survive. Nobody champions Metal Gear Survive. David champions
You're
Metal Gear
comparing
Survive.
Days Gone to Metal Gear Survive.
No. It's...
Oh, wait, let me ask you a question.
Big
Nick
budget AAA.
I heard Nick complaining last week about Breath of the Wild, and it's like the weapon mechanic and how those things break.
Yes,
That's
I hate that.
It is annoying, but can you imagine if they didn't break, like you'd just be running around with one sword the entire game, just slashing everything up?
No, they should have replaced that system with some kind of like RPG mechanic system, like that actually like involves upgrading the weapons or having.
Yeah, but I think they were going for a certain type of combat philosophy, which involves just sort of being resourceful and using what you have around you and experimenting with different
everything about that game
skills.
Everything about that game is incredible. Like that one complaint I have about it is like probably one of the like one or two things I could actually lob. Like that's like one or two complaints I could actually lob at that game. Everything else is.
So I'm sorry I'm sorry to. Can I do? I can't invite people into this call, right?
Who? I probably.
So there's somebody, he needs to go to sleep because his bedtime is coming up. So,
what are you doing, David?
I just wanted to get him in here and ask him for his E3 impressions. Where is it? Can I invite him or no?
Who is it?
I have no control over this call.
Am I able to?
I don't know. I started the call. I don't know if
you can certainly try.
Well, I don't know how. I click on his name and then add, right? Or invite to server or what?
No.
Is it Juan?
Is it Travis?
It's Travis.
Are you fucking serious?
God.
Yeah, He's got law school, so
we can't do this.
No, figure out how to get him in here. Let's do this.
He's in the 4PP. He's in the 4PP. What's it called?
Discord.
Discord, yeah.
I
was gonna try to invite him in like as a surprise, but that's why I accidentally left the call earlier
because you were trying to pull Travis.
He was calling me, and I was like, "Oh, join call," and whoop, and just joined me into his. He said he had some E3 impressions to give.
Well, Nick, come on, do something. I don't know how to work this shit.
Discord's so terrible, dude.
Discord's fucking great. You don't you say that.
Just real quick, because he has to go to bed.
I don't know how to. The only way to add him is if we're friends, and I would have to literally go through the process of adding him and then pulling him into the call right now.
Literally, like clicking two buttons to add him.
Oh, what's his name? You have to tell me his name.
His name was Travis, Nick. How rude.
He's in chat. He's in the Discord.
Oh.
This Simicus. He's in the 4PP.
I did it, guys. I did that thing where I was typing on the wrong keyboard.
This is the most awkward surprise.
I know. This is going to be great for the audio podcast.
His connection probably is shit too, so he's going to call in and like, and then it's going to cut out.
Here,
but
look, guys. Look, guys, it's Travis. Hi, you guys see Luigi's Mansion 3? I love Luigi's Mansion. That's my Travis.
Oh my god, this is great for the audio podcast, I'm sure. I sent him a friend invite. I don't know if he's going to accept it, but for now,
I'll have to reframe this.
I don't even know if his video is going to work. Sorry.
Oh my god. I'm sure the people at home really appreciate this, but the people listening
are probably
like,
he has to go to bed because he's a lawyer.
He's interning at some law firm right now.
I can't believe I'm going to do this, guys. I'm pulling him in. School
starts back up for him in August. So.
Oh my god.
We're supposed to go watch a Rangers and Astros game.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Rangers and Astros game?
Yeah.
His video's not working.
How's my audio?
What's up, Travis?
We can hear you.
Hey, Nick.
What's going on? This is
nothing much. Just want to check out how my audio sounds.
Do you not have video?
I do, but I have priorities. I want to make sure I don't sound like...
You're cutting in and out,
you sound like crap, dude.
Surprise guest. We are recording a podcast.
Nick, you gotta relax about the audio. People love the shitty audio.
We're not really recording. Are we recording a podcast?
Yes,
Yeah.
Or more
this
just
is go-
talking.
This is a
This
podcast.
is this
have-
is going up as episode 605 because
Yeah.
we're not. This
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah, it's not working.
Well,
out.
I brought the laptop to my face, and this is the best that we will get. So how?
We're not
Yes,
seeing
turn
video
video
yet. You got to
on.
turn on.
It's not even on,
I
dude.
haven't put the video on. Do that once the audio is established as being not.
I mean,
I haven't seen Travis in forever, actually.
Travis, you
When
sound
you-
more country than I remember. Is that Travis?
I think we lost him.
I still see
I'm
his.
still here, but I'm losing.
Oh god, dude, he's
Technology says vintage.
Anyways,
4P
real quick.
quality podcast.
Well, what's your impression about E3? What did you want to say?
Who? Me?
No, Travis.
I thought E3
Travis
was great.
Travis wanted to say something about E3.
And y'all are skipping out. I can't. I don't know what's going on.
Well, thanks for being here, Travis.
Yeah,
It's
thanks a
been
lot,
a
Travis.
pleasure, Nick. It's been a pleasure.
Is this really Travis?
No, it's actually me on a little side sound bar, and I'm hitting for what he has to say. Watch, you want Travis Bot to say Nobunaga?
Oh God, should I take my headphones off for this?
Anyways,
God.
just kick him out. Sorry.
Travis? No.
Bye, Travis.
He sounds so country.
I
He's always
tried.
been country.
No,
For about 45 seconds, we had a classic 4PP lineup on this podcast. Just let it be known. We couldn't really get anything out of him, but hey.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's.
He said he had interesting stuff to talk about from E3, but I guess not.
Well, we do have a chat. You can pop in the chat and type it out. We can read it.
Wait, guys,
If he's
we
still
got his
listening to
audio
this.
back. Y'all see that? Luigi's Mansion 3? Wow.
Hey, Brad, what was that? Can you say that thing about the
talking too
cloud?
loud.
The cloud thing? Remember the cloud?
What
Reapers?
cloud? Oh, come on now. We're not going to recreate old clips, Nick.
Sorry, man. I still die laughing to this day when I see that. Anyways, let's talk about video games, guys. 2019. Let's talk about what the fuck are we playing right now?
I don't even. Okay, so we're already playing right now.
We're
Okay,
playing
talk about
right
that.
now.
Uh,
What are you playing?
so I really haven't played much of Bloodstained. Do you want to talk about that, Brad, or do you want me to
Oh,
talk
God.
about this stuff?
I'm playing a lot of it. I think Nick
So-
wants to vent about that Switch port, though.
So
You piece of shit, Travis.
at some point,
He just said, "Let me turn off Netflix and then try again."
fucking no, it's too
Just
late.
keep going. Sorry, keep going. Why the fuck did he have Netflix on in the first place?
At some point
There's
during this
nothing good on that.
Kickstarter, for Bloodstained,
Mm-hmm.
I apparently switched my pre-order or my copy from PS4 to Switch. I have no.
A lot
memory
of people
doing
did. A lot of people did.
But
Maybe
the Switch version is not supposed to be very good, right?
that. Yes, it is not very good. In fact, I have still not made it farther than both demos that I've played in the past because it is just so.
Well,
it looks so
Do
bad.
you not
and-
want a physical copy?
No, I got a physical copy.
Oh, they gave you a physical copy?
Yeah, I got a case and everything. Beautiful case.
I could have
Case
told
was
you that
great.
Switch port was going to be bad.
But here's what blows my mind is why should it be bad? Like, why should it be bad? when,
Because this
like,
5 developers worked on this game. It had a
two developers worked on Hollow Knight, and that's like the most elegant game I've
No,
ever fucking seen.
two people worked on Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I thought.
No. 5 teams.
Oh,
5 different studios worked on Bloodstained. It was a troubled development, a super rocky development. And look,
It's-
when you heard reports of people having performance issues on PS4, you should have known. If it can't run on PS4, there's no way you're gonna have a smooth Switch port.
I mean,
It's just Bloodstained. I think is really great. I think it's really
I
great.
know, I'm sure it is. I mean,
It's
I'm
what
in
I
this
wanted,
position-
but like, it's not some super polished indie game that they worked on. Like, they refined for years and years. They were duct taping shit together for years and years, and it came out better than it had any right to be. But expecting a good downport on a Switch
You're right.
is a little much because
but and I don't want to be this guy because I've been trying to prepare myself for this for a couple of years now. But like, I know I shouldn't say this, but we live in a post Hollow Knight world, and like
Oh,
Trying
God,
to
yo,
play,
I'm gonna have to start that game up again and try to see if I can get into it because
trying to play this game after playing something as elegant as Hollow Knight is like super difficult for me. Like
Okay, well, first of all, just
if we want to talk
get it
about
on
like,
Steam. Get it on
it's
Steam.
also here's the problem. I can't bring myself to do it. I kickstarted this game. I paid for this game 5 years ago.
And your physical copy is not going away, but it is a good game, and you need to play it, and you need to play more than that first area to realize why it is not only great, but also very different than something like Hollow Knight.
They're committed to patching it, so I'm at this point, I'm kind of like, maybe I should just wait until they patch it.
Look, you want to know the truth? As someone who loves this game, loves Koji Igarashi, who is super worried about this project, I'll say this. I wouldn't cross my fingers for the quality of future patches. I think it's going to break a lot of shit, and it's not going to give the kind of...
They did already, right?
Yeah, they already did.
Greenhouse posted out this video where they patched a bunch of stuff, but then it caused the load times to be longer.
And you're going to see more of that, and I don't think these patches are going to get you the kind of performance people are expecting. And I'll tell you this much. I think the future DLC, that is basically all of the what's it called, stretch goals.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff I have a feeling we're never going to see, or it's going to take a super, super long time. This is not even... This game barely made it out.
I mean, this is just me personally and my gaming habits, but like, I don't trust myself to play this game on PC. Like, this is not the kind of game... It's not the kind of game I feel like I'm going to sit down in front of my TV or my PC and play this.
What?
I feel like this...
Is your PC hooked up to your TV?
On the way to school? Or are you? You're not in school anymore, are you?
No, I'm not. No, I haven't been in school for years.
Is your PC hooked up to your TV? No.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Oh, okay. So like, I've been playing it on PC. It's super smooth. It runs great on PC. I've not had even the slightest performance issues. Fast loading. I heard the loading's really bad on Switch version too. Like,
loading is not great. It's also very choppy. Like there's straight up text missing from dialogue.
Dude, avoid the Switch version. It's a game worth playing. I mean,
it's a little late for that.
So when you say you've made it as far as the demo, what does that mean?
As in,
nothing.
The first time I played it at E3, and I beat the.
So you beat the tentacle boss.
Yes, and then they released and then a few months later they released that demo to the public. I played that. I have not. I've done the same thing. I've beaten that boss, and I've stopped because I'm like, I can't do this. Like,
that's nothing. In fact, that first area is kind of bad. I mean, that's what I played, and I was like, I don't know about this game.
That first area does not leave a good impression.
Yeah, but this is not... It's not like Hollow Knight.
Let me ask you a question. When you get a new weapon, do you just immediately change the new weapon?
Well,
that's one of my problems.
I certainly try it out, because I think one of the cooler systems in the game is the technique system. And the technique system, you got to kind of discover what the technique is, and if you master it, you can use that technique on any weapon of that type.
You're talking about like Hadoukens and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff. So I always try out new weapons.
I just completely glazed over that. I haven't even looked at it at all.
I mean,
I got a sword, and that's all I've been using. Like, I picked up this two-handed claymore, and I was like, dude, that's too slow. And
I've been using a whip,
and it was too slow.
I've been using a whip. Here's my problem. The big problem that I've always had with the game since the very first demo I played, I feel like the character feels sluggish and unresponsive.
The character always feels that way in the very beginning.
No.
These games always feel that way.
There's 140 milliseconds of input lag on the Switch version that doesn't exist in the other versions.
Yikes.
That's maybe why it feels sluggish. Also, you got to be jumping. You beat Chasm. You beat Dawn of Sorrow. You know what an Igavania is, and you know why they're good. Trust me, this is a good one. You just have to put that Switch version in the trash and go play it on a real system.
The Switch version is on a cart?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, really? You didn't get the steelbook for it?
No, it has like a holographic like sleeve for it, I guess. That says backer on the back.
The game and the combat works virtually the same as it did in Chasm, and you just played through that game.
And yeah, Chasm's great.
And Chasm is sort of like a refined Igavania. This is like, there's like so much shit packed into this one game that you've not even scratched the surface of this game.
I know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to play a lot of that more of that game.
It's cool.
Believe me,
even David, who's I know someone who's not going to care about the techniques or all the different shards and leveling that shit up, but he could still have a good time because this is
But don't you feel that formula is a little bit? And this is granted very very early in this game. I'm kind of tired of the whole get to the next. I like that formula, but at this point I'm tired of it because it's like, well, I died. Okay, so let me just track to the next save point again. You know?
Oh, well,
it's like a very delicate balance, a formula balance. That.
But that formula is
hard
specifically
game,
what they
though.
were trying to recreate. Like that's the whole reason the product exists is because they wanted to recreate that classic formula. So, I mean, while I kind of agree with you, at the same time, it's like that was kind of their goal right out of the.
I've been playing more. I have almost 50% of the map done, and I've played for about. Let me check my Steam clock. Oh, hold on. I've played according to my Steam library, and there's not much idling involved with this game.
Idling?
No, David.
Okay.
26
hours, and I've done 50% of the map. There are people who are doing 100% of the map in like less than 15 hours. We're playing a different video game,
but
that's it.
They're not stopping to smell the roses, if you will.
Did you
But
guys
that's
ever?
fine. You don't have to smell the roses to enjoy Bloodstained, or you don't have to smell 9 roses from every enemy.
Wait, what's up, David?
Somebody told me I'm using my webcam mic.
I mean,
Oh yeah, you do sound kind of like crap.
How about now?
Oh my god.
Damn it. Because I never use Discord, dude. Discord sucks.
Don't.
3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome to 4Player Podcast Weekly Video Game Top 5 Video Game Podcast.
Dude, that sucks, dude.
Well, that's much better. Yes.
You guys don't like that HMR stuff where they make talking to the microphone like this? So
Rub my ears, David. Rub my ears. You ever seen the mics with the ears on them?
No, I have not.
They have mics with ears on them. So and there's like one on each side. So when they rub the ear, it's like they're rubbing your ear, and then you jerk off, something like that. I don't know.
All right.
Oh, did I tell you? There's a Japanese porn star, or she's an ex-porn star now. But I follow her on Twitter, and she started playing Trico, which is Last Guardian here. And I was like, hey, how? And I tweeted her, I was like, hey, how's Trico? And she's like, fun.
It's just one word, fun.
She was like, it's fun. Well, she said in Japanese, so. I think.
Hey, David, you played through and finished East 8, right?
Yeah.
See that's
Lana
when
of Damascus.
That's when I put down, and I really regret it. And I was thinking about picking it back up.
How far are you? I enjoyed that game from the minute I started it, and really, really enjoyed it. But dude, that game gets so long, dude.
Yeah, I heard it's long.
It is a long game.
I think I'm gonna pick it up again.
And you know what's funny?
Did you play it on Switch? You played it on Switch?
No, I play on PS4.
How's the Switch version? Do we know?
I don't know. I didn't play it on Switch.
Damn it.
Yeah, have you ever played that game, Nick?
No.
Or have you seen it? Damascus of Lana or whatever.
That's not a Nick game. Come on. No
But
offense to Nick.
Here's what happens. You're Adol, what's his name?
Christian?
Or whatever.
What?
Christensen. Oh, Christensen. And then you're on a boat, and it sucks because when you're on the boat, you don't even realize all these people you're meeting. Like you meet like this. Oh, hi, how are you doing, Your Highness? Oh, hi, how are you doing? You're a cook, and you go around talking to everybody, and then all of a sudden, this giant sea monster grabs your ship, sinks it, and you wake up on a deserted island. Does it
have a desert area? You can have a deserted
you end up on
island.
the island, and then you have to like rebuild your camp and find all the survivors.
Wait, can we back up for a second? What's the name of this game?
East 8.
This is okay.
East 8.
Gotcha.
YS.
Damascus of Alana.
It's not for you, Nick, and that's not meant to be offensive.
It's really good. No, I think you can get into it. There's the combat. There's the combat, and you're like whoosh, whoosh, and you have 3 different characters, and you can switch between them. And one's like a pincer attack person, one's like a big hammer attack, and you switch between all the characters, and you like beat people up. And then it's an action RPG, dude. And then you have to like protect your base, and then it's really good up till the point where it gets really, really long-winded, and you find like magical dinosaur. Oh, dinosaurs are in that game.
This is East 8, Lacrimosa of Dana.
Lacrimosa, that's the word. But yeah,
weird title.
But
East 9's coming out this year.
Is it really?
In Japan, I think. And I don't know. Anyways, so Bloodstained's really good, in my opinion. David, you should finish that for sure. Nick, I don't want you to use the Switch thing as an excuse to not play the game at all, which I'm worried about might happen.
How much is the game on
Xbox,
Steam?
Get it on Xbox.
Green Man Gaming.
I can Xbox you a copy from Best Buy tomorrow, dude.
I don't even think Nick has an Xbox.
I do have an Xbox, but I'm the only one who still has an Xbox on the site. What are you talking about?
The Xbox version though probably doesn't run that great either.
What, dude? It's because do you have an Xbox One X, Nick?
Oh my, no, I don't. Oh my god.
That's why it runs like shit. Because y'all don't got the power of the X, dude. You gotta get an Xbox One X.
Bitch, I have a PS4 Pro.
I have a PS4 Pro, and it runs like shit compared to my Xbox One X.
It's true. I hear this.
I can run Final Fantasy 13.
It's because of all the teraflops, right?
With super in gigahertz.
Dude, this game is fucking.
Dude, I remember, dude.
$5 on Steam right now.
Nick,
yeah, man. You remember? Oh, best. Dude, working at GameStop was so fun. Remember?
Hey, did you go to the Fangamer booth when you were at E3? Pop in just to see what they had. Did they have this? Look in chat. Did they have that?
I know you say that. Somebody said 13 is terabad. Dude, have you played it on an Xbox One X, dude? 60 frames and like 1080 4K or whatever it is. It's amazing, dude. My only one regret is that it doesn't have Japanese voice option.
Are you talking about Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah.
My God.
Okay,
I gotta get it. I gotta get that vanilla.
I did not see that shirt. If that's what.
What's available now? I'm a 2X. Hey, David,
2X.
You've been playing kart racing games?
Yeah. God, dude, really?
Yeah. Dude, I turned on.
I made it the backdrop on our stream.
You can't even see it. You can't even see it.
I mean, we are blocking.
Which kart racing game?
You're playing two kart racers at once?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which? Okay, I know what one of them is. What's the other one?
Well, which you got to tell me which one of them is first.
The obvious one, Crash Tag Team Racing.
Okay,
no, that's a different game. This is Crash Team Racing, the remake.
It's Crash Nitro Kart or whatever it's called now.
Crash Tag Team Racing is actually a game. It's not very good.
Yeah.
This was post Naughty Dog. Did you know Naughty Dog actually developed Crash Team Racing?
What, you mean the remake?
No. The original game.
Oh. No, I did not know that.
Well, so when most games get like a kart racing spin-off, it's made by some other developer, but Naughty Dog actually made Crash Team Racing. I believe that's true.
Diddy Kong Racing was developed by Rare.
Okay, listen, you motherfucker. This dude, he sucks. He sucks Diddy Kong's dick so hard, which is fine. A lot of people like Diddy Kong Racing. It was an early N64 game, right? So it was popular.
I mean, it's unplayable now because of that controller. But
Crash Team Racing is like a kind of a spiritual successor of sorts. It's not all that different than Diddy Kong Racing, because they have an adventure mode with boss races and stuff. They have a hub world you can drive around. It's very Diddy Kong.
All right, so what is the official name of this Crash Tag
Nitro Kart something?
There it is. Crash Team Racing
Nitro.
So
here, real quick, do you guys mind humoring me?
Of course, that's what we always do.
Well, before we talk about Crash, Travis says he's got his internet stuff worked out.
Oh my God! So you want me to add him back to the call?
Yes, at your discretion. He says, "Put me in, coach."
I also reserve the right to boot him.
Yeah, absolutely. The moment you see his dick on screen, I expect you to boot him.
Oh my God! I can't do that fast.
Somebody in chat just said Travis strikes again.
Was that game any good?
I don't know. I haven't played it. I bought it. I haven't even played it. I plugged it in and then downloaded the
Wii game.
What the fuck?
Talking about touchdown, Travis.
Damn it, Travis!
I think
You're really making me look bad, man.
The audio is still shit.
You look great, David. Don't worry about that. like the haircut, buddy.
I appreciate it. I worked hard on it.
We can't see you, Travis.
I don't want to sacrifice whatever bandwidth I had. I'm staying at my sister's place, so audio is what I got.
You're coming in better, I think.
She lives in the mountain.
Yeah, because he turned off his damn Netflix. Freaking idiot was streaming.
Is the audio okay though? If it's okay, I'll show.
Well, no, it's cutting in and out, man.
It's in and out. Talk about E3 quickly.
Don't go.
What did he say?
Don't go.
Oh, don't go. Is that what he said? It's too late. E3's over. We already went.
Wait, did you go to E3, Travis?
No, he didn't.
No, I watched a bit of it. I know Nintendo's side of.
He knows Nintendo.
How do you feel about Gooigi?
You talking about the third Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah, Gooigi.
He loves Luigi's Mansion. I don't know if he.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion is one of my favorite games.
I played that, Travis. I played Luigi's Mansion 3.
You really touched.
I touched it.
Ooh, man. What I'm gonna do with your fingers if I ever see him.
All right, goodbye.
He's gonna make a Goo Travis.
My audio's garbage. Kick me off. I understand.
No, you hold on.
Do your video. Hit your video button real quick. Let's see if we can even get your face.
If I see a dick, I swear to God.
Just for a screen cap.
This isn't me spinning. It's transcript.
I'll get ready to kill it.
You say it's Travis.
This guy's gonna be. This guy's supposed to be a lawyer in the future.
It's kind of.
He's gonna be a lawyer. He told me today that his grandfather's name is on one of the law buildings in Austin, like the Ned Granger administrative building or something.
They're gonna peel it off the building after this call makes it public.
You know how many videos I've had to delete off of YouTube because I'm like, okay, I have a future. Can't have this.
Video. Just hit your video, and then we're.
All I hear is I have a future. All right.
Just turn on your video, even if it's super low frame rate. Just write your thoughts on a piece of paper and hold them up to the camera, and when it freezes, we'll read them.
Y'all gonna have to re-invite.
Bye, Travis.
No, just hit the button. There's a button for video. Just hit it.
I don't see.
All right, this has been fun.
Do you have your camera open on anything else? Close that. Then hit the video button.
All right, bye, Travis.
Right. Hold on.
We tried.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's classic. That's classic 4Player right there. Just top tier podcasting.
We're talking about Nitro Kart, right?
Yes. You said you still haven't told me what the second kart racer you're playing is.
Is Team Sonic Racing, which came out like a month ago. Are you into that or not?
No, I'm not.
So the funny thing about these two racing games is that they're literally like polar opposites of of each other, right? So it's pretty interesting to go play the two, but it's also pretty frustrating because you want one to play like the other.
I'm assuming you mean you want Sonic to play like Crash.
Well, here's the thing. So the problem I'm having with Crash Racing is the fact that it looks like a Mario Kart game. It kind of feels like a Mario Kart game. It even kind of plays like a Mario Kart game, but it's not a Mario Kart game. Like, that game is super, super difficult. It's like you play. Every track I've played, at a minimum played it probably 10 times each before I finally beat it.
Sonic?
Jesus.
No, Crash.
No,
yeah, Crash is hard.
Yes, and it's hard because
it's old. It's hard because it's old.
But
you have to learn. You have to learn. Well, it's a remake. You have to learn how the boosting works.
Yes, that's a huge part. So basically, every ramp you hit, you have to time it right where you jump at the top of the ramp, and Crash will do his little, Dave Mirra, side kick, and then
It's more of a Travis Pastrana.
Travis Pastrana. There you go. I was thinking.
With you.
There's another name, but
wait. There's also the power slide boost. You know?
Yes. And the power slide is completely different than like a Mario Kart power slide. So Mario Kart, you you hit the slide. I think in the later Mario Karts, you don't even jump, right? You don't even jump in the thing. You just go into a slide now.
I think so.
And then you go in the slide, you do a back and forth wiggle with it, and then you'll see the sparks light up, which lets you know, okay, I can let it go and bam, boost it, right? Yeah. Which I'm terrible at, by the way. But like the crash. First of all, you go into the slide weird, and then once you go into the slide, there's a meter that like runs up, and then you have to like. Right as it gets to red, you have to hit it. And if you hit it with the right timing, you'll boost. And then the beater will come back again. And boom, you can boost again. So you can literally go boost, 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 boost. You can keep boosting it, provided that the problem with you can't keep boosting because you'll eventually go off the track because you're going in that one direction.
But those repetitive boosts require like very, very precise timing, I would assume.
I'm not very precise timing, but it's a lot to juggle as you're like dodging people shooting shit at you, trying to make the turn correctly, trying to pick up items, all that stuff. Yeah. It's not like you're just worrying about the boosting, which would be fine. It's not super difficult, but yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's the thing. And so like I'm actually not at this point, I've just given up on boosting because I'm so bad at it that it's only making I've been able to what's eventually been able to happen is I play the level. I learn it enough to where I know where the best route is. Like, oh, I'm not going to follow everybody over here. I'm just going to take this shortcut over here. And then I eventually just, through hardcore learning the path and like hitting the boost right and not getting the weapons. That's the worst part about this is it's so Mario Karty. Like you're just going to get hit by shit all the time. And it's weird too, because I feel like sometimes when you get hit, you like lose so much progress. Like one person hits you with a rocket and you like boop, 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 and you completely like almost to a stop, which you almost can't recover from.
So you end up dropping like several
you'll go from like 2 to 8 every time you get hit by something.
Wonderful.
And it's not even, and sometimes it's not even about when you get hit. You could just miss a boost off of a jump. Like, you have to hit that boost off the jump, because, like, when you hit the jump, you have to time it correctly. So, like, let's say one time you're, like, somebody's about to shoot you, and you're like, oh, shit, let me dodge this. Oh, shit, I forgot to boost during that jump. You can, like, just miss a boost on a jump, and then, like, 5 cars drive ahead of you. And you're just like...
I mean, I'll be honest. That sounds a little like my Mario Kart experience.
No, but that's the thing, though. But Mario Kart, you can just kind of, like, piss through it, or, like... If you're playing on 50cc, I mean, you'll be lapping people, just because it's that forgiving. But like you'll get there's an equivalent of a star. The star in Crash Bandicoot is the and the you can use I've used that before and not passed a single person. Like they're all in front of me. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, I'm coming up on you, and then you run out of power. And you're like, what the hell, dude? And you didn't pass a single dude. And yeah, it's just the sad thing about it is that I think I'm gonna keep playing it and then like probably end up really, really loving it for some reason.
But it's good. I mean, it's I
mean, it's kind of a beloved racer, isn't it?
It's not only that, but even like Crash Bandicoot fans will hold it up, like even with as good or if not better than the platformers.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The adventure. So I'm playing adventure mode right now, right? And it's basically like a go to this new area. There's 4 races. Win all 4 races, and then
this is like
and then
Diddy
fight
Kong,
a boss.
Right? This is like Diddy Kong Racing, where there's like a hub world, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about I've never played Diddy Kong Racing.
Dude, you should play Diddy Kong Racing. Fuck, that game's so good.
All right, Nick.
I'm sorry.
You and your love for Diddy Kong. Jesus.
I have very, very, very fond, strong memories of Diddy Kong Racing, okay? It kind of ruined all kart racers after it for me.
Well, that's the thing, though. But I'm wondering how... Because Diddy Kong Racing, you could race, like, karts against planes?
Planes and hovercrafts, planes.
Well, could they actually race against each other? Or was like...
I think so.
No, right? you had separate races.
To a certain extent, right? Like you couldn't race a car against a plane, right?
Yeah, because all the tracks, like, it was based on the tracks, if I remember correctly. So, like, some tracks were made for planes.
Like a plane and a helicopter or
You'd
something,
swap
right?
out, yeah.
No, I think it was just 3. It was just the plane, the hovercraft, and a cart.
The thing is, Crash, even back on the PS1, it felt real good compared to like Diddy Kong was like felt super clunky, while Crash was like super smooth. And
did you have to play the original Crash Team Racing on with a D-pad?
No. Crash Team Racing was a pretty late PlayStation game. It came out after 3 Crash Bandicoot games.
So after the DualShock.
Yeah, after all 3 and then Crash Team Racing. And same with PS2, they did 3 Jack games and then Jack X. That's why X. Yeah, that's why people were joking about Uncarded. They thought that was going to be whatever. So how's Sonic?
So Sonic is completely, like I said, the other complete opposite. So Sonic, it's Team Sonic Racing. So you have a team with 2 other people. So it's Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, and we're in a team together, and we've got to finish. What about
Shadow?
We've got to finish together. I don't know if Shadow's in this game, but Amy Rose is definitely in this game. Anyways, so he in a different way is that like, whereas Crash is like you go to a new area, you race 4 races, you fight a boss. You basically race a boss, and he's got some special powers. Like this first one I fought, he was like throwing TNT boxes with me, so like you could never shoot him with a red turtle shell, because as soon as you shot it, like he was just periodically like whoop 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 throwing like TNT boxes behind me, and so like when you shoot a red turtle shell, it's tracking him, and then his TNT box comes out, destroys the turtle shell, and then that's it. So. Like, yeah, that's the boss battle. It's like just basically a race with like a special like character. And actually it only took me 2 tries to beat it, so it was a lot easier than the races themselves. But okay, so and then there's no like story. There's like it's an adventure mode, but all the story is given by the mask that comes out after you win a race. He comes out, he's like, "Oh, great job. You did this. You should do this next. Go fight somebody." You know, it's all like there's no he's the only one with voice acting. Everything else is done through like subtitles. So then you,
Sorry, keep going. Sorry, I have a follow-up question, but keep going.
Okay, and then you go to Team Sonic Racing, where it's like everybody has a voice. It's like, "Hey, Sonic, why are we fighting these guys? What should we do here?" And we're like, "Oh, let's go do this." Sonic and Knuckles like, "Yeah, we can do this." And then like bad guy comes out, is like, "Oh, you should. Yeah, I don't know if you'll survive this next match." And like everybody's voiced. It's like laid out like a Super Mario World or like a Mario Brothers 3, where you're just going from like race to race to race.
Sure.
And then,
it's like on the map with like the little.
Yes, and then
they
like
literally
the first race...
came out 20 years apart though. These 2 games.
Okay, but I'm saying, but it's completely different. Like you're just like going each race, and the first race is like, "Oh, race and see if you can win first." Okay, and then you win it, and the next one's like, "Oh, it's a survival match. Like the last place is gonna get eliminated," and then but it's still the same thing. It's still a race. Yeah. And then there's one where you have to like grind around. There's like little things, and you got to grind around. You have to like. There's a blue side and a red side, and if you hit the blue side, you get points.
No,
when you say grind, you mean drift?
Yeah, drift. The thing is, the drift in Team Sonic Racing works completely different.
Like slalom, kind of.
You just hit a button and it like that. You don't even have a
I heard that like, and the secret like dopest kart racing game is the Sonic Racing Transformed.
Yeah,
like so that last one.
I haven't played that yet.
That one's supposed to be
Transformed. I played.
Yeah, the old one.
I didn't play All Stars. I didn't play Banjo All Stars.
The Transformed. That one's supposed to be like a secretly really good kart racing game.
I mean, from what I played of it, it seemed ridiculous because it just didn't feel like turns. It wasn't very turn. Like it did. It didn't feel like you were actually turning. It felt like it was more like the things going and you just kind of like this. Your car's like going like this. And then like I won my first race and I got like 150 Chivos for doing nothing. And then I was like, okay.
Is that still a thing, David? Chivos?
Well, I mean, it's always going to be a thing. I'm always getting them.
Chivo life.
I'll always choose to play something on an Xbox if I have an option.
I mean, I found out that's the real reason Robin is so committed to Xbox is because she's into Chivos.
Yeah?
Yes.
Does it bother you?
What is she playing right now?
I think Robin is your girlfriend, correct? Or is it fiance or wife or
girlfriend? She's still playing Borderlands 2 right now.
That's true. Okay, so she's in. I don't think I've ever talked to you about.
Are we doing this right now?
We don't have to talk about that right now.
No, I don't think you were dating her last time I saw you, right?
No, we were. It was coming up on 3 years. Yeah.
Well, when was it that time you came down to Houston and ordered chicken and vegetables?
Oh, that was years ago.
No, that was the last time I remember talking to you.
Oh, what? No, I talked to you after Far Cry 5 came out.
I know, but
last year.
but that wasn't in person. And...
Right. Yeah.
So how was the chicken and vegetables, Nick?
It was great.
Are you still eating a lot of chicken and vegetables? For your
yes.
For that thing?
Wait.
Are you on medication?
Oh yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're not doing this right now. Let's not.
Okay.
His penis pills, guys. We're not going to talk about that.
Chicken and vegetables are great for.
Either of you guys ever experience hair loss? Is that a thing with either of you?
Nick, let's see. Let's see, Nick. How we doing?
Fuck no. No.
Hey,
this is the worst, right?
We have some viewer questions, right?
Yes. Real quick. This is the worst part about because we've been doing.
Well, are
this
you
for
30 now?
30, dude. I'm 33. I'm gonna be 33.
Oh man, that sucks, dude.
Oh, sorry. I'm 32 right now. I'll be 33 in 3 days.
Ooh, Nick's birthday's coming up.
Right.
Dude, he wanted to remind people.
Buy me a shirt.
Are you gonna auction off your tiny jacket? Dude, we should do a video where I try to put it on and I rip
Fat
it.
guy in a little coat.
I love how Green Goddamn in chat's this is a weird podcast, and you're not wrong. This is a weird podcast. I forgot. Oh god, I was about to answer a question. You asked me, and I forgot what it was.
Fat guy in a little
Viewer
coat.
questions, Nick. Do we have any viewer questions?
I haven't had a chance to. I had a question about Outer Wilds. Damn it.
Oh,
Outer
okay.
Wilds.
I've not. Okay, go ahead.
You haven't played any more of it?
Well,
were you telling
I've been
me about something?
busy.
I think I was, and I forgot it because that's just the nature of. I forgot what we're talking about. Anyways, we're moving on now. We're officially We're switching gears to Outer Wilds.
Wait, we're not talking about hair loss.
Oh, that's right. I was saying the worst part about we've been doing this for a long time, right? So people have been watching us for a long time. So we're getting older. But anytime anybody in the podcast room sits on the floor or looks up and the top of their head points towards the camera, someone in chat's that person's got a bald spot.
Oh, welcome. That was my thing when I was on the podcast.
The worst.
So I would always go through weight issues when we were doing the show, because there would be sometimes when I'd be super healthy and running all the time, and then sometimes you're just super lazy and eating cheese. We'd go to we would literally go to Whataburger every night after the show, right?
Yes.
We would go and get a double, and I'd get a fries and a Coke, and we
do that. We do that now once in a blue moon.
Yeah. So so I remember that was the thing. There was times when I was for me, it was always oh, David's so fat now. He used to be so skinny, and now why is he so fat? And I'm
people have no filter.
David,
it's not about filter. It's just what they notice. It's what's easy for them to notice. And
David, we're gonna be 40 soon.
Yeah, me before you.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Check out these pythons.
Okay, here's the thing though. I look pretty young, right? People tell me oh, David, you don't look 37. They tell me all the time, oh,
strangely enough,
you look like 25, 27.
David, you look exactly the same as the day I met you.
No, I don't know about that, dude. You want to see a picture of me and Nick at GameStop?
Oh,
wait, what? You just have one in your shelf
audio.
or something?
Well, I have a bunch of pictures on my hard drive.
Oh, God.
I organize my stuff pretty well. I've still got that picture of you in the Prince Charming outfit.
Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare! Oh my God!
I still have that picture of you when you met Walshy. Is that his name? Welshi?
Was he the Halo player?
Yeah, he's the Halo player.
Was that our Halo 3 event?
Yeah, that was when Halo 3 came out. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had the helmet.
Yes, I do recall this. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't look like that. I don't even know if I can find it. Oh, Halo 3 launch, is that where it is?
Man, you're organized if you can find it. If I had to find a picture of something that happened 10 years ago.
Let me, I'll message this to Brad. Is that what I want to do? Or do I just put it in the chat or what?
Yep.
You can put it in the chat.
So Brad wasn't there, but this was in 2000.
Is this Prince Charming?
Oh my God, that
September of 2007. So that's 12 years ago.
I'm wearing my Breaking Benjamin shirt in that picture. Oh, there's Travis. Anyways.
Wait, let me see this. Let me see this picture. Hold on.
What do you mean? It's in the Discord.
Yeah, I know, but I need to.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yes, yeah. You want to know how I managed to stay so young?
Tell me the secret, David.
The secret is you go and see a lot of idol shows.
I fucking knew you were going to say that.
With teenage girls, and they're all 18, and you suck the life out of them. You suck the life energy on the shows, and it just goes right.
Wording, David.
Fantastic. Huh?
Wording. Oh my God.
You suck the life out of them?
Yes, wording. Oh my God. Nice way to slip that in there, David.
Brett.
I know. I just
called Brett, by the way.
Brett?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Brett?
My friend from high school that I haven't. Oh my God, that I haven't talked to in probably 10 years. He's doing his own thing. Yeah. This is weird. This podcast is completely lost.
What are you doing with the screen,
I'm
Brad?
fixing it. Hey.
How are you fixing it by zooming out?
Is he trying to show the picture or something?
No. I wanted to see Prince Charming, but I didn't see it.
Just so you know, if anybody who's watching this podcast recorded live, we are fully aware that this podcast has completely gone off the rails. But we're turning
on. They're used to seeing us in a room, you know. They figured it out.
We haven't talked about Outer Wilds yet.
What did you want? I didn't talk about Amid Evil.
Uh-oh.
You don't even know what the fuck that is, do you, Nick?
I saw screenshots of it.
Talk to me about Outer Wilds.
I just have one. Okay, so first of all, I'm playing this game. It's pretty dope. It's pretty fucking cool, right? It's kind of a slow burn. I feel like first of all, I love the way the game looks. I love the way the game sounds. I think it has an amazing fucking soundtrack. Easily one of my favorite soundtracks of the year so far. But it's taking a while to kind of get its hooks in me. A lot of that is because I feel like I'm kind of wandering aimlessly with no real goals. But I'm slowly starting to figure that out. But my question for you, Brad, is there's a map, right? There's the rumor chart or whatever it is. So like, as you go around the universe and you talk to people, it kind of slowly fills stuff out. There's color codes on the map, and I've asked people in Discord, I've asked people on Twitter. No one's really given me a solid answer. Do you know what the colors mean on the map?
No.
Great.
You've played more than I have. Well, I don't think you've played more than I have, but
I mean, I've played about 6 hours so far.
Okay, so the colors in they do mean something different. I just don't recall.
On the ship, you go on the ship, you look at the computer, it starts mapping stuff out as you talk to people and mapping out things that you've seen. Some of them are gray, some of them are red, some of them are purple. I have no idea what the fuck the colors mean. There's no explanation for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of game where you got to take your time and you got to figure shit out.
I was really looking forward to this podcast because I thought I would finally get an answer to that question.
But I mean, I've been playing other shit / not been playing that. You know, listen. Nobody on stream wants to watch me play that game. Nobody in my family wants to watch me play that game. I'm gonna get to it because I'm pretty fascinated by what I experienced so far. But you know, you've played.
I just want to say I had this really dope moment today while I was playing. I was on Brittle Hollow planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got right as the universe was about to end, where the sun was about to explode.
Yeah.
And it exploded, but I'm kind of far away, so I'm like watching the explosion get to me faster. And then I like look down, and I can see the core of the planet, which is a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
So I decide I'm going to jump into the black hole before the explosion hits the planet and kills me. And right as it's about to hit the planet, I jump into the black hole, and it spits me out on the other side of the universe, so I can see the explosion from like way off in the distance. And then it takes another like 30 seconds to a minute before it ever hits me. And it
just looks old as shit. Dude.
That's cool.
What, Outer Wilds?
No, I'm showing footage for a different game.
Oh, is
the game we're about to talk about.
Wait, what? Oh, Amid. Are you showing footage?
Have you played those Turok remasters, Nick?
Yes.
How do you like them?
They're good. I played Turok 2 all the way through last year.
Hey, it's funny you brought up Turok. By the way, all I'll say about Outer Wilds, keep plugging at it, man. Keep picking at it.
I think the hooks are finally in.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're playing. Now, this game, Amid Evil, is what I've been playing. Last year I played and really enjoyed Dusk. This is another modern retro shooter throwback. This one is more like Quake meets Hexen or Heretic. You got a lot of more like fantasy-based weapons. Like this is a staff that shoots fucking magic missiles. I don't fucking know.
You're carrying around a giant axe.
Yeah, but if you look at this footage, you might realize that it's a little more Turok-y than maybe Dusk, because you're kind of in these weird, like everything is very strange, and like the architecture's kind of like not alien, but just weird, like out there.
We'll call it medieval alien.
Well, yeah, medieval alien. Fucking sure, I don't know. But Dusk was a different sort of thing. Dusk was very Doom. And Duke.
I wish I liked Dusk more.
This is more Turok / Quake / Hexen, and I don't like it as much as Dusk because I feel like all the level design is very, since it's also like strange. I'm finding myself getting lost easily because unlike Dusk where it was, that made more sense because you were like kind of in real buildings, and even when you weren't, everything sort of like fit together in ways that made sense, unless it was specifically trying to like fuck with you, like the level in the lab or the level in that neighborhood where you start controlling gravity and stuff. By the way, Dusk is really good, and you should be ashamed for only playing a few levels of it, Nick, because it gets so good. This game,
this is a new game, right?
This is a new game, yeah.
Perhaps Dusk should have.
Well, how can you play? What have they done in this game to make it like modern?
I mean, it runs at a modern resolution real easily.
Really? But I mean, like you see, it looks like you're walking around, like going down endless hallways, finding a key, and then finding a locked door.
I mean,
there's been sort of, but they don't really make games like this anymore. So, like,
they do now.
There's a good reason why they don't make games like this.
No, listen,
I mean, like, there's
shooters back then are not like shooters that there are now. Like, these types of games don't exist anymore. But like, I'd argue that shooters from the 90s have like way more interesting like level design than like a modern shooter where you're just sort of like running forward to get to the next cutscene, or it's like an open world, kind of get all the icons, take out the fucking bandit camp or whatever sort of thing. These types of games don't really exist anymore. And yeah, there was Dusk, there is the fucking Ion Maiden or whatever, but that's sort of just like a recent trend of these old style shooters coming back, and I really miss these kinds of games because there was really nothing like it. I mean, even back then, like the level design in Doom was, I think, more complex than level design in games that were allegedly like deeper or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it was really complex, and this isn't really like that. Like I said, this one's a little bit different. This reminds me more of Turok or Quake, but
maybe I'll like this more because it's more like Turok. I mean, I still adore Turok, so
it's possible. But there's like no story at all. You probably like the story in Turok, right?
In Turok 2, at least.
Oh yeah, this is not that sort of thing. This is, you got some crazy weapons like this trident. It shoots lightning, right? But if you like overkill an enemy by like if you like keep zapping him, even after he's dead, he'll explode and do like area of effect damage. So it's like it uses more ammo, but it's a good way to like take out a group of enemies and that sort of thing. There's a sword that shoots like beam, like it reminds me of the line gun from Dead Space.
I had a problem with. I mean, the problem that the biggest hurdle I had getting over in Dusk was like, honestly, I'm not a big fan of like the super sensitive, like just barely touching the controls. Like the analog stick makes him like move super fast. Like I
you just said analog stick. That might have been your problem.
I don't want.
No.
I don't want to play with mouse and keyboard. I don't want to play with mouse and keyboard.
Look.
He's not trying to be like derogatory. What's it called?
No. I'm not trying to be derogatory. But if you're saying that the game felt off with the controller, that makes sense because it is definitely not
analog stick. That might be your problem.
It's not designed to be played with a controller, and that's probably why it felt off.
You just said it like that guy from South Park during the World of Warcraft episode.
Shut up. This
PC games.
Like this thing shoots planets. This is like the rocket launcher, but it's actually shooting planets.
Nick, did you like? Are you a big Marvel fan?
What the fuck, David? How is that related to Amid?
I forgot how good.
You said shoot David planets, so it made me think of Thanos and Thanos.
I forgot how good David was at transitions. Sorry, what was the question?
I was gonna ask him whether you liked Endgame or not. I didn't
yeah,
like
of course.
That movie sucked.
Anyways,
wait, can I finish talking about?
And then you immediately. I saw you immediately turned around. What was the movie that you immediately turned around and was like, this was a great superhero movie? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Dark Phoenix.
You fucking son of a bitch.
He's so good.
You cannot sit here and tell me you like Dark Phoenix more than...
I like Dark Phoenix more than Endgame. I've been meaning to go watch Dark Phoenix again.
I'm about to walk out of this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Do we have
Lord.
any viewer questions? Let's do a few viewer questions.
Wait. Sonic Racing. You get three people, right? And then like, if you can you leave a slipstream behind you, and if you can go into their slipstream and charge it up and get a boost out of it. So you're using that to like boost in front of each other, like to stay in front and stuff.
Kind of reminds me of that game I played last year. The racing game by the former Onrush.
Oh, I didn't play Onrush. I bought it during holidays.
Onrush is like a team-based driving game.
Yeah. Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
I picked up Gravel too, but I never played that either.
Gravel.
I've been meaning. Speaking of lawyer games, I've been meaning to go back and play the Phoenix Wright games because it's got it released on Xbox finally.
Travis asked a question in chat. Let's look at it.
I also have questions from our patrons. And
we're finished talking about games?
But by all, well, I mean we're answering questions about games.
Nick, when are we going to see a sequel to Order 1886?
Never.
Damn.
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
Look, our special guest Travis has a question.
Brad, okay.
He's like, Breath of the Wild versus Breath of the Wild 2. Do you expect a Majora's Mask type of rendition? That's a good question, Travis. That actually is a good question.
Why? Why is that a good question?
Because it seems like the turnaround on this Zelda game is pretty quick, right?
Oh, so they're just going to take like the already used and then just...
Well, I mean...
And if you look in the teaser trailer, you see the same world. Now something's happening. Like, you see the castle rising into the sky.
I can't imagine them designing a whole nother world and you running through it again.
Here's
and I hope it's not like that.
They're not going to spend a lot of development time rebuilding the engine. The engine is done. I'm sure they're going to continue using the exact same engine, so they got that done. We're going to see a lot of reused assets from the original, probably. So, like, that cuts a lot of development time out of the equation right there. I don't think seeing an entirely new map or an entirely new portion of the world is out of the question.
Well, Majora's Mask
of the Wild. I mean, what if it was Majora's Mask? Like, straight up, like, Majora's Mask of the Wild.
Dude, here's what I think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be
cool.
Dude, remember that leak? Like, Walmart or some site had posted a Link to the Past as like a name or whatever on like a listing. You know, it's kind of like the Walmart leak, right?
Okay.
They took it down. Obviously, they're not doing a Link to the Past, right? And we knew that it wasn't the listing for the Game Boy game Link's Awakening because that already had a listing. What if this is sort of
like Ocarina of Time in Breath of the Wild,
or a Link to the Past in Breath of the Wild, and they do like a Dark World version of the world, so they don't have to completely recreate the map. They just have to like fuck with it a little bit when you and go back between the Dark World and the regular world, like you did in a Link to the Past. What if a Link to the Past is kind of just like their code name or whatever for this new Zelda? You know,
I mean, I think it's definitely possible.
It's a lot darker, that teaser.
Yeah, look at the tone of that teaser trailer. Yeah. It's very dark. Yeah. So one way or the other, whether it's more reminiscent of Majora's Mask or reminiscent of the Dark World A Link to the Past, like there's going to be some component of this new game that's like darker.
Yeah.
So,
which I know you're into.
I mean, honestly,
dark.
I know you're making a joke, but honestly, my favorite part of Breath of the Wild is how beautiful and like bright and open and like I loved that. So if this new game is like trading that in for almost something entirely that's like dark and like
I don't know.
Oppressive.
You like dark and gritty too, though.
I do, but not like the whole thing. Like Breath of the Wild's fucking beautiful. I want some of those like bright, lush environments.
What if they do something like zombies just sort of roaming the land? You know, Link did get that motorcycle in the DLC, Nick.
Undead Nightmare.
No, Days Gone. I was making a Days Gone joke.
I know you were.
Even I got that. I haven't even played Days Gone.
You should. Days Gone's fucking amazing.
It's sitting over there, dude.
I bet David would like Days Gone. I think you're right about that.
Okay, okay.
Nick.
There's been a lot of people who have in our own community, in our own Discord, that have played it and messaged me and said they liked it as well. So I think
it doesn't play like Last of Us, does it?
That's a hard question to answer.
Well, I'm not like sneaking around throwing bottles and having things chase me, right?
Yeah, of course you are.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, of course. That's not like the draw of the game. The draw of the game is like dealing with hordes, and that's pretty fucking amazing. But anyways, we're not talking about Days Gone. I've talked about it enough.
You know there was an idle band called Idling, right?
All right, next question we have.
Idling with 3 exclamation points.
Supporters on Patreon have asked us some questions. Now, given we're not really in the normal scenario here, right? We're not doing the normal podcast. So some of these questions may sound weird. Or they may be intended for like the group in the podcast room. I haven't read some of these, so I'm not sure. Jeroz
prepared.
Jeroz says, "What's the most stupid non-gaming related argument you guys have ever had on the podcast, and why is it the one about the moisture barrier?"
On the podcast?
The
non-gaming?
What is the most stupid non-gaming related argument, quote unquote, that we've ever had on the podcast? We might have to go way back in time for this one. I don't know.
I could think of a stupid one. It's about when you unzip at a urinal. Do you?
That's what he's talking.
Oh, is that the one he was talking about?
Wait.
No.
What was the moisture barrier argument?
I have no idea what that is.
I mean, the Zip Whip P one was a great.
Do you go through the fly? Do you pull down the underwear? Not like all the way.
Dude, I would laugh my ass off, dude. People actually do this, but I was at the movie theater the other day, and this guy, actual guy, not like a kid, not like a 5-year-old kid, but he dropped full trout, like butt cheeks out and everything, taking a piss. And I walked in, I was just like laughing about it, dude. It's funny.
Travis says, "Do you stand or sit for wiping?" We actually did have that conversation.
That was so there's 2 big ones that immediately come to mind, which is actually what inspired this question. Right? David's with me.
Who the fuck stands up?
Jesse's with me.
Damn it.
Who stands up?
Who the fuck stands up?
I'll tell you who. Nick and Crispy.
What the hell, dude? Do you go wipe forward or do you wipe back?
No, that is not a.
Wait,
there's no question there.
I have people who used to wipe forward.
Nobody wipes forward.
Anthony Wynn from high school. Remember him?
Wait.
He said he wiped forward.
Wait a second.
I had this
How?
conversation with him in high school on the tennis team.
So he just rubbed shit all over his balls.
I guess. I don't know.
Wait, so he reaches from the front and then pulls? Like what?
He reaches to the back and then pulls forward. Women don't do that for the fear of contaminating their vagina and getting some sort of infection.
No, I think Anthony Wynn went through the front.
Yeah, that's how would you wipe forward without you would reach between your legs from reach all the way to the back and then pull full. This is terrible. Why are we having this?
This conversation?
I bring wipes with me now everywhere, because I've been spoiled by Japan and like butt washer machines that like if I travel in America now it's so uncomfortable. I have to bring like wipes with me.
I feel like there was a time where I was like, whenever I went over to Brad's, it was like maybe I should bring wipes because single ply toilet paper, man.
Single ply is actually better. I actually prefer single.
You get more value. And
you just bunch it. What? It's like wiping with sandpaper.
You don't bunch it, you son of a bitch.
You wipe it. It's like sandpaper. It actually it just scrapes everything off.
Ew! Ow! Oh my god.
The fluffy stuff like slips.
Check out my Lara Croft memory
bidet,
card.
yeah. If you want, Zlade, if you're ever in Houston, come by. Try the bidets at my house.
I got a Lara Croft memory card.
No, I remember that. I remember you had that when we were living together.
Do we have any other crazy arguments we want to bring up from the past?
Next question.
J Press says, "Do you think Halo Infinite and Forza 8 are enough to be?"
No.
Wait, no. Okay. Do you think Halo Infinite and Forza 8 are enough for launch titles for the Xbox Scarlet, quote unquote?
Yes, but they're not going to.
Not for me.
He says, especially with Halo Infinite also being available on the Xbox One, which they have confirmed. That's a good question. Like,
I don't think Halo Infinite's going to be a launch title.
They've already said it.
They said it's going to be at launch.
They've already said it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, what do you? I mean, yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they've said Halo Infinite is launched for Scarlet and also coming day and date on the Xbox One.
Hey, wait. I haven't answered your question. I have a sincere answer to your question.
Breath of the Wild was
no. Is Halo and a Forza game a good enough launch lineup for the Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, right?
Right.
Okay.
The Xbox, right?
The entire first-party library of the Xbox One is not even good enough. You're telling me is 2 games at launch going to be good enough to buy the new Xbox? Fuck that. You know what would be exciting? If they announced, like, the Yakuza games are coming to Xbox. Or...
Wait. Like ports?
Yeah. No,
or like...
no, what I'm saying is they don't get enough of the weird third-party stuff, Xbox. That's its problem. So I think what they need to do at launch is to do like another Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey sort of thing, which you didn't really see on the Xbox One at all.
Exclusive new IP, you mean, to launch with their console? Yeah,
No,
I agree.
But it needs to be like, you know, it needs to be, so like they made those games for Japan. What they need to do is make Japanese games for the West. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
What they need to do is not cancel shit like Scalebound, because that's the kind of unique shit that might make PlayStation fans actually jealous. It's not going to be a fucking Forza game.
Or a Gears game.
No.
Oh, the new Gears doesn't look very good, does it?
No, it doesn't. That was... The way they chose to show that at E3 was like the most bizarre shit, too.
You ever play
answer
Phantom Dust, David?
Phantom who?
Remember Phantom Dust?
I remember when that game came out on Xbox, dude.
Yeah, we went into a store and bought it.
You wouldn't stop talking about it, and I went to you. Okay, so here's the question. I'm gonna write it down on a sheet of paper. This is like a matchmake. What's that game? Like Power Couple or whatever? And then like they ask one of them a question. What is it called again? Like, okay,
the match.
We know what I don't know what it's called. We know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. And so, which store did we pick up? Which store did we pick up Phantom Dust from?
Am I supposed to know the answer to this? Circuit City.
I remember. If you're a power couple.
Dude, that was a long time ago. EB Games.
EB Games.
I remember driving to the EB Games and picking a game up that Brad wanted. It was only $20.
Whenever I think of EB Games, I immediately think of this one time I was playing 007 Nightfire at their store. That's like the only thing I can remember. Yeah, it's the first thing that comes to mind. Anyways, next question. KNC Cito says, everyone seems excited at the prospect of Yoko Taro making a Final Fantasy game. If your favorite developer/studio was given the opportunity to make a Final Fantasy game, what would it be like?
My favorite studio was able to make a Final Fantasy game.
I mean,
Final Fantasy?
I would say let Yasumi Matsuno and the guys from Quest develop a Final Fantasy game. They could call it Final Fantasy Tactics.
You know what's funny? Like, he thinks he's so clever, but I'm pretty sure that joke's been made like 100 times.
No, that's the point. That's why it's so stupid.
Well, I'd take a sequel. Can I have a sequel, please?
A sequel to the answer, or a sequel that
to
you
Final
wanted
Fantasy
to see?
Tactics. Okay, I'll give a real answer. I would like to see From Software make a Final Fantasy game.
That's actually not a.
I think From Software is like the hottest fucking RPG developer right now, but they're too busy doing their own shit. I want them to do something with a license.
It's funny.
That's true. That would.
That's so funny. You remember when From Software was kind of seen as this like B tier, C tier Japanese developer?
I remember when I went to E3 with a bunch of you knuckleheads, and they had Demon Souls there, and I was like, "Oh my god, fucking Demon Souls! I heard about this shit." And I ran to play it, and y'all were like, "Man, what the fuck is that, Brad? We're gonna go play some dumb shit. We're gonna go play Lost Planet 3 or no, not."
It wasn't Lost Planet 3.
We're gonna go play Dead Rising 2. Fuck you, Brad. And I was like, no, Demon Souls. The shield is so cool. I remember that.
I think
you ever played Ninja Blade?
Yeah, I played Ninja Blade. Some of it. It's all QuickTime events. That game sucks. It's cool though.
That's a good answer, Brad. I'm gonna stick with From Software would be a really cool developer to take a stab at something like Final Fantasy. But like I feel like Yoko Taro is like the more. I'm gonna stick with Yoko Taro. I wouldn't say he's my favorite developer, but like having that creative mind, like.
Oh, what? Creative mind?
No, I mean like just he takes such a different approach to like fantasy and fiction than anything we've seen in prior Final Fantasies, and his games are just inherently kind of kooky and weird, and it's the antithesis of what Final Fantasy is these days, which I think is exactly what that series needs at the moment.
He could actually do a Final Fantasy game though, since he's at Square.
That's the reason why I want to keep the answer, because like while I think that would be a great fit, I also think it's actually a realistic possibility. But he's also probably working on a near sequel.
Also, you know what I'd like to see? This is sort of related. I'd like to see like a quality fighting game developer, like the Tekken team or Arc System Works or even Capcom do like a straight up Final Fantasy fighting game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Still?
Yes, dude. Fuck. If the developer's good, then man, you're gonna get some quality shit.
Do you have an answer, David?
Dude, it doesn't even matter because all my favorite stuff is still music games, and we're never gonna see another Innis game or. Dude. What is Keiichi Yano doing?
You're just naming like some dope shit. If they made a Final Fantasy game that was like Oendan, that would be fucking awesome.
Oh, what?
Yes, that would be fucking awesome.
That.
No,
I would hate that.
Have you ever played Theater Rhythm?
Theater Rhythm?
Yeah, Theater Rhythm.
The Rhythm, the way you were saying it for the longest time.
Have you ever played that? Or Curtain Call?
I have played. I have.
Dude, like the mechanics in there aren't even that good, but it's still awesome because the music is awesome. If you made that game with actual like awesome mechanics like Oendan or Elite Agents, that'd be great. You could. Well, I guess what would you play that on? That sort of died with a non-capacitive touchscreen, huh? Resistive? Is that what they call it?
We've got a couple more questions.
All
right. Mr. Green Toast says, since Judgment and the Yakuza series shared the same map, but with slight alterations between games in order to release them faster.
They have the same map?
Yes, it's Kamurocho.
What other game franchises?
That's what I'm saying, $60. It's sort of like a budget spin-off.
What other game franchises do you think could use an established location but still maintain a good game by reusing a setting?
Established,
interesting question.
Reused?
Yeah.
So
I mean, literally...
It's a good question.
That's literally what's happening between Yakuza and Judgment, so...
That's a good question.
I mean, honestly, like, that is one of the elements that kind of like keeps me from playing Yakuza, is because like one of my favorite parts of playing any game is seeing.
How many Yakuzas have you played?
Yeah, you have to at least play one to get tired of Kamurocho.
That's not where I was going with it, but yeah, I'm glad he said that. Let's just go to Japan for real, Nick. Let's go. I'll show you the real Kamurocho.
That is fair, but I've also seen and heard you talk about like 4 different games that all have the same fucking map.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
if you show
it's
me
weird.
footage, if you show me footage of any Yakuza game, I couldn't tell you which one it's from.
Sure,
and that's
hey,
you're not wrong.
Really awesome.
You're not wrong. Which kind of makes the question flawed, right? Because you're asking another series to do something that Yakuza's doing. That's not even necessarily a positive. But
yeah, my answer is I wouldn't want it to do that. Like I wouldn't want another game to try that.
Do you know who my favorite character is in the Yakuza games?
You'd have to ask this guy.
I don't even know which ones you've played.
I think you could guess it, Nick.
Which ones?
I don't know the characters' names.
It's Sawamura Haruka.
Oh yeah, that was right there on the back of me.
You know, she was an idol. She's an idol in that game, dude. And she's like on stage in Yakuza 5, which I haven't played, but she like confesses to everybody that her uncle is a Yakuza, and then she gets shunned by the entertainment world and has to run back, and that's when she gets.
Which that fucking happens. Do you see what's happening with one of the actors, Nagamo from Yakuza 6?
Oh yeah,
they found he has like ties to the Yakuza. No. So there was the dude in the new in Judgment, right?
Judgment, yeah.
He got caught with drugs in his system, so they pulled him out of the game. This was very this was
all his lines
this was very recent news, but they busted a bunch of comedians in Japan for having like ties to like the Yakuza, and one of them is the dude who played Nagamo in Yakuza 6. You know, Aniki, that guy. So
he looks like.
People were wondering if they're gonna maybe try to pull him out of Yakuza 6 now, which is so fucked up.
You can't put him on. His face and likeness is in that movie anyway.
They can patch him out, replace him with someone else.
I like Nagamo though. He was one of the
Oguri Shun was in Yakuza 6. You'll have no clue who that is, but if you ever watch any Japanese dramas, Oguri Shun is like the king of.
Wait, so do you know about the main character from Judgment? He's like he used to be like from a famous boy band in Japan.
Oh shit! Is he from
Oh my god!
Shit! What's his name?
And he doesn't do any karaoke in the game.
Tamaki. Fuck. What's his name? God damn it.
Well, someone in chat could tell us.
We have a couple more questions.
All right. Next question.
I haven't followed Japanese boy bands in.
Someone tell me. Or someone in chat look it up, but let's move on. Let's move on.
We are running out of time tonight. We have a couple more questions.
What do you mean running out of time, dude?
David, he has to work in the morning, dude. Keep him on as long as possible.
Oh, fuck off. Thorax asks, and we're on to Twitch subscriber questions. Thorax asks, what is your most expensive mistake?
My most
expensive mistake.
Next most expensive mistake.
Oh, Takuya Kimura. He's from SMAP. Yeah, that's he's from SMAP. He's not one of the younger guys. He's one of the younger guys. SMAP is like everybody in SMAP is like 50 years old. You've seen him before. Yeah, have you? Okay, can you play this? You want to play this one SMAP commercial?
Y'all are killing me, guys. You're fucking.
Wait. What was the question? Oh man, we didn't even answer that last question. That last question was a good question.
What is your most expensive mistake? I feel like my instinct is to say I bought a PS3 when it was $600. That was a pretty expensive mistake. But I also got a lot of like I
wait, what was that?
More than I feel like me buying the PS3 at $600 was my most expensive mistake. But I also got years and years of playtime out of that thing. So that wasn't necessarily a mistake.
My most expensive mistake.
I went and got my
I can
blood
make a
drawn
bad
today.
joke, but Henry wasn't a mistake.
I went and got my blood drawn today, and I went to a place that like advertises like get your lab test done fast, blah blah blah. I was like, oh great, perfect. You don't even need to make an appointment. I show up there and I find out that they can do it so quickly because they don't take insurance. So I had to pay for it out of pocket, and that was way more expensive than I was expecting.
That's an expensive mistake?
Yes, it was $187.
Oh, please.
But that's a very recent example. That happened today.
Hey,
I got some expensive mistakes over here.
I put a YouTube video in chat, Brad.
Wait, Brad, were you about to make the joke I think you're about to make?
$60 for this? Henry's was not a mistake.
Okay,
but he is very expensive.
I was like, he's not gonna make that joke, is he? Maybe he. David, what's your most expensive mistake? I'm not playing that video.
That Kimura Takuya, dude. That's the guy in Judgment, dude. One of those guys is in Judgment.
Not in Japan anymore, right?
What do you mean?
Didn't they remove his likeness from the game in Japan?
No. This is Brad said something about boy. Play it, dude. I promise you, it's gonna be a funny video. You'll laugh.
Maybe after the podcast.
Play it on the feed so you can get what?
That's not how this works.
Brad, play it.
Brad, are you ready?
I'm showing expensive mistakes.
You guys are fucking killing me now. Are you ready for the next question?
No.
Well, I'm thinking about an expensive mistake.
Let me click this video.
Oh my god.
Expensive mistakes.
Oh fuck.
I can't remember. There's some I just can't think of it off the top of my head. It's stuff that I spent like full price on.
I've made lots of expensive mistakes. Switching my Bloodstained game to I officially paid $60 for a copy of Bloodstained on Switch. I feel like that's a pretty expensive mistake.
That wasn't that expensive.
That one guy is that's the guy who's in Judgment. Kimura Takuya. He's the guy on the front left center.
Two more questions, guys. 2 more questions.
Man, I feel like we didn't give that one question a good enough answer though. The one about the location. The one about the location. No. None of us answered that question about the location that they think would be cool to return to.
Oh, I got my
answer. I wouldn't want another game to do that because I feel like it's a bad move. I feel like Yakuza and Judgment are maybe an odd example of one that would actually work. Because most games, I feel like.
I mean, Zelda does it sort of. And
like their maps are always different. Even, I mean, sometimes they don't change engines, but like that, I can't.
I think it was really
a Zelda game that. What's a Zelda game that's reused the exact same? I mean,
Link to the Past.
Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds, but
it was cool though. I really liked that.
My answer, because the question is the world that we would like to see reused again.
What is an example of a game whose world you wouldn't mind being
a game or a world?
What is an example of a game where they can make a sequel or something in the same series that used the same environment over again to its advantage?
Yeah,
like improved on it.
Or I mean,
you see them do that in Grand Theft Auto. You know,
I never played any Grand Theft Auto that was released like. All those like Vice City stories and stuff that use the same map from the original, I never touched those for that exact reason.
I just mean like returning to like GTA 4 is in New York.
Well, yeah, but like
esque.
But those games, they're calling them the same place, but they don't feel or look like the same place.
I know, or like in GTA 5, you're in the same place as San Andreas, and it's like cool for like nostalgic reasons.
Like
you know,
Red Dead Redemption 2 did it in a really cool way because
that's
the
another
entire
example.
map from the first. But like you don't go to that part of the map until you've practically finished the game. Like it's the end of the game.
Yeah, I know. But when you do, you're like, oh damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like if they had set Red Dead Redemption 2 in the same place, I think it would have been to the detriment of that game.
Okay.
The way they handled it in Red Dead was really
Travis,
smart.
the Majora's Mask question.
Explain. All right, we're obviously not gonna get to these last 2 questions.
How about Dite? We can get to them. Just ask them real quick. Dite, you want to go back to Dite, Nick? Isn't that a world you'd like to revisit?
What?
Dite?
What is that?
That's the world of Metal Gear Survive.
Okay.
No.
What's the next question, Nick?
Nannerpuss says, I was thinking about Devil May Cry 2 and was wondering if there were any other sequels that quote-unquote missed the point.
Oh, what do you mean? It didn't miss the point?
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Snowball fight.
Boom.
That's what you're going to say. It starts with a snowball fight.
Oh, man.
So like, that is an answer that I sincerely believe in, but maybe not for the reasons you think. I was sort of talking about it recently about how there's a certain about how there's good grinding in games, and then there's bad grindings in games. And if grinding is done really well, there's like a whole meta game to it that can be like super enjoyable, even though grinding is considered a bad word. And I give the example of Final Fantasy Tactics, and you get job points in battle, and that lets you like set all these little goals for yourself to do in battle outside of just doing the main objective. And that type of grinding is like really fun on a lot of levels. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance gives you the job points at the end of battle. So it doesn't matter what you do in battle, you're going to get the same shit at the end of battle, and it kind of ruins the way you grind. And it's they just sort of missed they missed the point. Yeah, kind of.
Jaeger mentions Resident Evil 6, and
No, Resident Evil 6 is amazing.
Totally
disagree.
agree with. Oh fuck.
Totally
Oh
disagree.
no. No,
Dude,
no,
you
no.
two guys should play it together, because Nick has
No,
been wanting to play that game.
Have you not played it yet, Nick? Dude, I was thinking about. I just played it through with Burnsy earlier this year.
Brad's
I'm gonna be rolling around all over like I'm in the Matrix.
Nick, don't you fucking lie to me. You wanted to replay Resident Evil 6.
Yes. And I started it for a second time and didn't even get as far as I did the first time. It was like, I can't do this.
Because you weren't playing with the right person.
Were you playing with somebody?
I was playing with Nolan.
But you weren't playing with David.
Time.
David
sorry,
truly
but,
loves that game.
I'm sorry, Nick, but Nolan kind of a scrub, dude.
No, Nolan and I had a great time playing Resident Evil 5. Dude. Great time.
I played through Leon's campaign with David.
Resident Evil 6 is utter garbage.
Resident Evil 5 is a yeah. I played through that game recently. Not as fun as Resident Evil 6.
Oh,
the problem with
Next
6.
question.
The problem with 6 is that there's certain parts that are kind of like questionable. It's like why'd they do that? But the thing is, if you have somebody who knows what you're supposed to do, then it becomes super easy.
That's not the problem with the game. That it's hard.
Yeah, the problem is when you go when you're wandering around trying to find somewhere, you have no clue what to do,
and you have a million dudes shooting at you.
Yeah, exactly. But if you know somebody, there's that one part with Jake and Sherry where you're in the doctor's office and you're locked out and you don't know how to hit the punch code, and then dudes keep pouring out, and you're just getting frustrated.
Dude, the problem with Resident Evil 6 is that there's too much
story,
of it.
dude. The story is so amazing.
The story is garbage. There's too much of it.
Have you never saw Jake and Sherry's ending, correct?
No, because I played through Leon's campaign and I finished it and I was like,
Leon's campaign is the most boring part of the game.
I can't do this
It's
anymore.
It's the most vanilla, over dramatic girls.
Remember when you visit the police station in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis?
Yes.
See, that's an example of how revisiting a location can be done really well and nostalgic, even if it's not as deep.
Okay.
That's absolutely correct.
Next question.
Dude. Did you ever play for 3?
Yeah, I played Fear 2 and 3, and both of those I think kind of missed the point.
Yeah, dude, that's a good example. Fear 2 and 3 kind of missed the point.
More so, I think.
For 3, dude.
Fifth 3 is.
Yeah.
Fifth 3 is
that
probably the
missed
bigger
the
example.
fucking point.
Somebody also mentioned Dragon Age 2, but I would kind of disagree with him on that. And our last question of the night is going to be from Tack. He says,
Hurry up, everybody go in and submit some more questions, dude, so Nick has to keep answering them.
What is your most awkward piece of gaming apparel?
Apparel? Wait, whoa! You have to ask this question correctly. What's the most apparel that I actually wear?
Wait, he has the Dead or Alive bikinis.
What is the most awkward piece? Well, oh god, you're gonna answer something like that.
Well,
how about this?
That's the question.
When we say apparel, how about this? Let's define apparel as something that that is meant for you to wear, but you won't wear it. I can tell you what mine is. Mine's the Dying Light 2 shirt I got at E3 last year.
Why?
Because we went to the appointment for a demo and they handed us a little shirt. I was like, oh, it's a nice minimalistic shirt. It says Dying Light 2 on the front, but on the back in big bold letters it says I saw it first. And I was like, I'm never wearing this.
You saw what first?
the game because we went to E3 and we saw the.
Why you don't want to be a saw it first person or what?
I mean, it's just sounds like so douchey.
That sounds pretty terrible.
I saw it first.
I didn't know.
Like, oh my god! I also for a while I had that shirt when we went to E3 and they were first showing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood the multiplayer for the first time, and I went on and played a match. And I ended up winning the match. I got first place, and I was playing against one of the developers. And they gave me a shirt that says, "I beat I beat the best Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer player in the world at E3 2010." And it said all of that on the front of the shirt. It was so bad.
And you've never worn it?
Not out in public. No, I wore it as like a night shirt. It was weird. That's all I can think of.
I have a Castlevania Curse of Darkness shirt, which just has like the cover of the game, like as the art on the shirt. Which
forecast. That's not an official shirt, right? That's
no.
It's
from GameStop. It was from GameStop, and I love Ayami Kojima's art, but like on a shirt, it doesn't really work.
I can see that. I can see that. David, you still haven't given an answer. What?
I don't have answers to any of these questions, man.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
do.
Games this way.
You have the Dead or Alive bikinis.
Yeah, but he said apparel that you would actually wear.
Well, we can broaden the definition. You have Dead or Alive. You have actual Dead or Alive bikinis.
Yeah, I had 4 of them actually. They were $150 each.
Holy shit!
I bought this when I was in college.
Let's back up to the most expensive mistake question for a second.
No, but I don't see that as a mistake. All the mistakes I've made are things that I didn't buy. Like there was a limited edition Dead or Alive 3 blue Xbox in Japan, and I didn't buy it because it was like $500. But yeah. So I had 4 Dead or Alive bikinis, and I paid $150 each for them. And then
are they framed? Like what?
Well, I wanted to frame them, but the thing about it is actually I only have 1 left.
I don't even want to know.
Well, because one of them was stolen from me. Like I had we had a cleaning lady a while ago, and she used to bring her like nieces or not her kids, but her sister's kids or something. And like one of them would go through my room, and that's how I lost my retro. Remember, there's a retro GBA that you'd open up, and it was a Nintendo one with the red buttons, and it looked like an NES controller. That's how I lost my retro classic GBA. I just came in and the box was open, and I was like, "What the fuck happened to my box?" And like the same thing. It was one of those things, but it's not like I was going to check the bikinis out every month or anything or every week. So it had to have been like years before I looked at it. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? How come there's no? Why is this just an empty box here?" And
that's fucked up.
Well, yeah, at least she can actually wear it.
No, because those bikinis weren't like street wearable, dude. The cloth was like not made from like actual swimsuit material, you know? Like it's just like cloth that you dunk in water and the cloth would like fall apart basically.
I just noticed.
And I gave one to my friend Cecile for one of her birthdays.
Brad,
she was really into the Dead or Alive things. She like collected all of the bikinis.
I think I remember that.
What, Nick?
Yeah.
Did you put a picture of Travis as the backdrop on the stream?
He was asking questions.
I just noticed.
He said the most awkward thing I ever wore was the robe at the Connect Cirque du Soleil thing at E3.
Yeah,
hey,
that's a real answer.
That was pretty awkward.
I still have a picture from that.
Yeah, so do I.
I also have video.
Y'all? I still have because you were on video, but like I have the picture of Travis like sitting on that dude's back.
I have a picture of like all of us standing there together wearing it.
That was what year was that?
That was 2008, I think. That was our first E3, I believe, or our second.
No, I don't think so. That was y'all's first E3, maybe.
It was 2008. No, my first one was 2008. Oh wait, no.
2009.
Mine first.
We didn't go in. Yeah.
So I think that was 2010. I can't remember what year that was. Anyways, I think that's a wrap. That's all the questions we have.
Really?
Yeah, that's it,
dude.
That's the show.
I met Itagaki in 2000.
Itagaki, what do you think he's doing? Did you ever play Devil's Third?
Yeah, I did.
Did you finish it?
No, I got halfway through. I got to the female boss, that one, the one that can just run up to you and one hit you.
Was it your game of the year? It sucked, right?
Oh
man.
If I can get past that boss, I think it's funny. It's like over the top and like silly.
I think that Left Alive is worse than Devil's Third.
Damn.
Left Alive. Oh, I'm playing. I was playing Left Alive. That's the game that I played this year.
Hey, oh my god! Look at that picture of Brad.
What picture?
Wait, what is this? Oh my god! You can't see this.
You didn't see any of those? I
just really.
Can I show Brad the picture of what we were talking about?
No. No, you can't. No, you cannot.
Is it the Prince Charming? I've seen the Prince Charming picture.
I have it right here queued up.
Don't you fucking do it.
Is it because of who's in the picture with you?
Hey, David, they have Ape Escape stuff on Fangamer now. I told you they're doing like old shit.
Yeah, but it's too expensive, dude.
Monkey Park.
Who's gonna pay $25 for a shirt plus like $8 shipping?
To make good gifts.
No.
All right. Well,
those shirts never even fit right either.
We don't necessarily have to cut this call, but I do need to wrap up the recording.
Okay. Wrap it up.
So, guys, thank you for listening. David, thank you for being here. This has been fun.
You're gonna have to probably cut out a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. No. Fuck it. I don't edit these things. I just slap some music at the front and the end and then throw it on the internet. Seems to work out pretty well. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. David, thank you. Perhaps we should do this more often. This is fun.
Thanks, Travis, for stopping by.
Yes, thank you, Travis, for
guys.
Oh my god, there's a picture of Travis sitting on the guy's back. That's so fucking funny. Anyway, maybe you should. That's a picture we should show to the people.
Oh shit! This was from the interview when Brad was talking to Inaba about Bayonetta.
What pictures are you looking at?
He's in the chat. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. 4playernetwork.com is, of course, the website. And we'll be back next week for another episode, Thursday night. I think everything will be kind of back to normal next week. But, yeah, thank you for listening. If I haven't mentioned it all tonight, but if you're interested, you can join our Discord at discord.gg/4player. God damn it, Brad. That's weird, looking on the stream. Anyways, discord.gg/4player. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/4player. And I think that is where I'm going to call it. Good night. Say bye, Brad.
Bye.